Hey, good evening. It's Candy. I'm back again. Today I will talk about freedom. Because freedom is just a part of life issues that we pass through. So I hope you're all good. I wish you a good day. As a starter, I'll give you a story about freedom. So once there lived a man who had a pet fish, and he also had cats. He also had a cat, a small cat. So that small cat used to play, and the fish was just put in a container. It was in I think a glass container. They had been put in a big plastic glass container, and they used, maybe you call it aquarium, something like that. So it used to be there. And then now the fish used to look at the cat. The cat is playing all the time. See, the cat has all that freedom. It's playing, it's happy. Just keep jumping when it sees flies, and it sees somebody, it keeps jumping. So, and the fish was not happy. Fish was not happy about how the cat's life was so good, while the fish could only play in water. The fish could only play in water. It couldn't jump. It could jump. It could usually jump, but get just back to the water. Jump just in the aquarium in the water, then jump back, jump in, jump out, but not outside literally. I mean, just used to jump out of the aquarium and back, jump out of the aquarium and back. So the cat was not happy about this thing. The fish used to think that the cat has a lot of freedom. It is so happy that the fish didn't feel like that it was good, because the fish didn't feel that it had enough freedom. So one day the fish decided that because this cat is having a lot of happiness while jumping and playing with flies, playing with human beings, I'll also jump out of this tank, of this aquarium, and then also be happy like that fish. So just the fish wanted to have the same freedom the cat had. So after the fish deciding that I'm gonna jump out of this tank, jumped out. And after jumping out, funny thing, after jumping out that day, the cat was usually happy playing with flies and playing with human beings. But after the fish jumped out of the aquarium that day and fell on the floor where the cat was playing, the cat enjoyed the meat. The cat was happy to enjoy the meat. After all, the fish now jumped. It died because it couldn't get enough air. So the fish died because it wanted freedom. As human beings, sometimes we want a lot of freedom, but this freedom also sometimes it has limitations. Don't think that freedom you have to do everything you want. It's not like the fish wanted to do everything it wanted, and it didn't turn out good. So the way we should take life about freedom. Maybe sometimes our parents, they warn us, oh, you should not get out, you should not get out with that man, don't go out with those type of girls that are not a good company. But now we think maybe these parents are just think that the parents might be wrong. Maybe they don't want you to enjoy your life, and you want that freedom. You want to do all the things you feel like you wanna do. But my dear, you have to understand that life, freedom has limitations. There are things you can't do. It will reach a time when you can do those things. Not like the fish, they didn't have to jump out of the aquarium to enjoy life the way they are. People's freedom is different. It is different to everyone. We don't enjoy freedom in the same ways. Maybe the boys, you want the freedom to take those, those things you boys take sometimes. Girls, you want freedom to date all the boys you want. You want freedom to go to the clubs and dance, and you think that is just right. But sometimes the freedom, when you're given this freedom and you don't utilize it well, like the fish had the freedom to jump in and out of the aquarium, but not jump out literally, like the day it jumped out and the cat enjoyed the bit, because the fish jumped on the wrong place. Their freedom, sometimes you enjoy freedom in the wrong places. You can't enjoy freedom in clubs, taking drugs, those things, some cocaine, some heroin, some just like a lot of those things, those herbs. I call them herbs. They are not good for you. They are not good for you. So even if you feel sometimes as if you don't have a lot of freedom, the same people who are limiting you to enjoy a lot of freedoms, they know why they are doing that. They have a reason. Because if you see a parent tells you this and this, if you do this and this, he will give you freedom of this and this, it won't turn out well. They are right. They know what they are doing. Trust them. I'm not saying that even if you're told not to go to church, you don't go. No. There are different types of freedom. But there are freedoms which you can't really enjoy. Even if you're given to enjoy it, you will enjoy it, yeah, but after some time it won't turn out good. So I think you understand what I mean by freedom and its limits. Yeah, you have to have freedom, but you also have to have limitations. So and also, when you feel you're too much squeezed, just breathe in and breathe out. Have some meditation. Think. Ask yourself, yeah, I want this freedom. What if I was given this freedom? Or will it turn out good on me, or will it affect me? Don't decide on things which you will come to regret. Always have a second thought. Always have a second thought. Don't think. Don't always think that all things in this world were meant to be enjoyed by you. There are things you can't enjoy. There are things you're not supposed to enjoy. You know it. Syntax. You know what is syntax? Those luxuries you want. You're enjoying those syntax. You know what I mean. It is not good for you. It's not good for anyone. I've seen it, and I know it's not good for anyone. because sometimes we think we are enjoying ourselves and it turns out to be our death deal. We just sign out our death deal, our own selves. We sign our own death deals by the things we do, by the freedoms we enjoy. So if you enjoy freedom, limit yourself and say, okay, I'll be enjoying myself in this and that, and you draw a schedule for yourself. You know, unachora life yako. You draw your plan for your life so that you don't mess up. No, when you mess up, it will never be the same again. So try and enjoy your freedom, but enjoy your freedom with limits. Don't turn out like the fish. See the fish wanted to enjoy itself, but it turned out that its enjoyment, it was signing its own death deal. See, the cat enjoyed the meat of the fish because the cat enjoyed its freedom well, and the fish enjoyed its freedom the wrong way because it thought that the cat is more better than it. Of which, if the fish stayed in the aquarium, they could have been more happier. There was water, they was being given food. The cat was also being given food, but now it was given excess there. That day the fish died. So watch out for your life. Don't sign your own dead deal. I love you.